weekly breakdown.
Woo!
We're 118. That was nice and harmonized.
Yeah.
Wait. Lock it in. There we go.
Yeah.
Pop it up, lock it in. Let me begin.
Yeah.
How bad is that? I don't eat. That's a sin. I don't know half the words of that song. It's okay.
Yeah.
I came to get down. So get off your feet and jump around.
Jump around. Jump around.
Jump up and get down. Sorry, I'm done.
That wasn't.
I don't care.
You
I don't
were
care. I don't care.
I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're back.
How many tangents was that? That was like 5 tangents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're back.
Fire.
We took a 2-week break.
We did.
Or a week break.
Eh,
Yeah. I don't know.
something like that.
We missed a week. There we go. That's the correct answer.
Yeah, exactly. But we're back. We're going to talk about some stuff. Go talk about Call of Duty later. There's a lot of music stuff going on. Talk about some Nintendo shit too. But before we do that, what do you guys want to talk about? What's up? What's happening?
What's happening?
What's the haps on the craps?
I mean, I went to Let's Play Live,
Yeah.
which was pretty cool.
What's that?
It's basically done by Rooster Teeth, or more specifically, like Achievement Hunter and Funhouse, and they basically do what they do, like what you do when people watch games on Twitch, but they do it in front of an actual live audience, and you get a couple of cool situations out of that. Or one, they had a lot of live on stage gags, like when they played WWII 2K17 or was it 2K16? I don't remember exactly which, but they had all the people who were playing come out in actual wrestling attire, and then they had like the breakaway tables and the bottles. When they played Gang Beast, they had those inflatable Fat Man suits on.
Oh, hell yeah.
When they played Overcooked, they had one TV with 4 people, one TV with 4 people, and then I spit a little bit, and then they had 2 people actually making sandwiches in the middle. It's like a bunch of things like that. There's a lot of live sight gags, and there's a couple weird things that you don't get, which is like, I know you're more familiar. I think you've heard of the game where you play Gary's Mod Murder.
Yeah.
And so like they had like the camera, they would switch, and you see the killer chasing after somebody, and you hear the crowd go, oh, that kind of thing. Yeah. And then the people on stage are like, wait, what's happening? What's happening? You don't get that, and that was actually really cool. You don't get that kind of like immediate reaction, or again, somebody's doing something really stupid while playing a game, and it's up on screen, and everybody's laughing, and then all the people on stage are like, what's happening? What's happening? Somebody knows something's happening. But like they played like Genital Jousting, which was cool. They played Gang Beast. They played GTA. They did 3v3 Overwatch. It was really cool. It was a bit of a drive, but I had a lot of fun. Yeah. I'd definitely go again, just because it's one of those weird things. It's like, I feel like they managed to hit like a good thing and make it work, and also nobody else is doing that kind of thing right now. So yeah, kind of got the market cornered right there.
Do you think that's profitable for them to do these shows?
I don't know. I mean, it could.
Or to do a tour.
I mean, it could be. I mean,
well, when you factor in like merch sales and things like that they're getting on
you get the merch sales. You get the tickets were not super cheap. I mean, the lowest price was like $50. And even then, by the time I got there, I think I had to pay like $70.
Like the will call or whatever.
No, not even for will call. Just for regular. Like I was even in a balcony.
Okay.
It would have been the same price to be down in like on the floor, and then you also have to think of like, I mean, they only had to fly out everybody out once, and they were on a bus. I mean, I don't think they would do it if they didn't think they could get a profit.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's cool that they brought it over, because this is all East Coast stuff.
This is all East Coast, yeah.
Yeah,
They're doing Newark, New Jersey, not Delaware. I made that mistake, but it worked out anyway. Baltimore, and then Tampa, and then Orlando. So I don't know if they're going to do like another tour. I don't know if where they'd go on the West Coast. They've already been to LA. Yeah, but like they might do
San Fran,
maybe Vegas. I know the guy who runs it, Jack. He wants to go to Vegas. That's like his thing. That's his dream. So like, if it comes around again, like I said, I'll probably end up going. Hopefully there's more. Hopefully they don't do a tour next time, and like there's more other people, like kind of funny and other people. Because Achievement Hunter at Funhouse is cool, but it's like you're seeing the same rotating cast of 11 people go out on stage. Whereas if you have the entire, I guess, Let's Play community, then you have kind of funny, you have I guess Game Attack now. You have like Cow Chop. You have a couple other people.
Game Attack.
Yeah, it's they screw a couple people have done Game Attack now. So there's Screw Attack, but now it's basically like, because Screw Attack has a huge fan base. Right. It's basically just, I mean, Achievement Hunter, but with Screw Attack in a lot of ways. In which a lot of stuff they've been doing like Crash Bash videos, which has been kind of funny. They've been playing Crash Bash, and
I would play Crash Bash.
So it's really cool. I'd like to like, again, maybe another big one. I don't know if I'd want to go all the way to New York. Maybe if they did one in Philly, because I feel like Philly's a big enough city where if they wanted, they could have a one-off show in Philly. Like all of the cities that they kind of listed were like that are on this tour, like cities that I'd be like, yeah, it'd be kind of like, I don't know if you could just do one show there. You know what I mean? To make it like profitable. Yeah. But it was really cool. So.
I mean,
the place was really nice. Like, it's a legitimate, like, super nice theater. And then they're breaking center blocks and breaking bottles, and so there's just like crap all over the stage. The only good thing was that they didn't break out the gimp suit, where you need like all kinds of like KY jelly to get in there because it's, you know, it's leather and you ain't gonna get in that shit. And it's just like they did that twice at 2 other Let's Play lives. They put somebody in the gimp suit, and it's just, and so there's Vaseline and like just lubrication just all over the stage, and it's like the one they did it in the Oscars. The place where they host the Oscars is where they did it in LA. And it's like, they host the Oscars here. We had a dude in a leather skin tight outfit, and it got lubrication all over the stage.
That's amazing.
Like, it's just like thinking like thoughts like that. It's really weird, but it's also weird because thinking about it like 15 years ago, like there's no way this kind of idea would fly in any way, shape, or form. Going to a venue to watch people play video games, now it's almost like normal. Like, I mean, especially with like the rise of esports, it's like, oh, that kind of crap. It's like, people that I talk to in class. There was a girl that I'm in a group with in my TV production class. She's like, oh yeah, I'm on Twitch like every day. Like, I don't play video games, but I love like watching like people play like Zelda, and I'm like,
that's going to be the new normal, you know.
Like I know, my family looked at me weird, especially my dad, when I said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go up to Newark to go see a bunch of grown men play video games," and he just looked at me weird. But I'm like, that's how the world is now.
Yeah.
And it's also, you're not really there for the game; you're there for the personalities. Is what, like, you know, one of the major things I hear about with like Let's Plays. It's not about the game; it's the people playing it. You know, I don't know if I could just sit there and watch just with no commentary over top of it, watch like somebody play Minecraft or GTA. Like, that would just get real quickly.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting just how much that stuff's changed, even in the last 10 years. Like Let's Plays and streaming and stuff was kind of relatively new just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Really. And it was still kind of weird for us, and we're the younger generation. I can't imagine like the kids that
the people our age that are making how much on YouTube,
but also like the people who's like, that's just normal for them.
Yeah. So where
like my niece and nephew, like that's what they do. They just sit on their phone and they watch. I think they watch Jacksepticeye. That's what they do, and it's just like, that's almost what they do for fun instead of going outside, which at least to me is a little sad. But it's like, you know, but that's just like what they do. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just watching this. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. It's I'm old enough where it's a little weird to me, but I'm young enough to be like, okay, I can see why.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Do you guys think, and this is kind of going off of that, do you guys think we will see the death of cable TV in our lifetimes?
I think it's actually an interesting question, because I mean, with me I don't think much like, I think the cable TV might get repurposed, but much like radio, I don't think radio is going to die, because you don't listen to the radio to hear songs. A lot of times you listen to the radio to hear the personalities, which is why radio is not going to die. So maybe in some ways, people still like watching things live on TV. I mean, The Big Bang Theory is like one of the very few shows where the current trend of ratings dropping off, it hasn't affected. In some ways, they've actually gotten higher ratings since then. The Big Bang Theory has since then. So it's like, I think that you're going to have people who aren't going to change. And even me, I personally, most shows, I enjoy watching them live.
I do that too, but at the same time, it's like, with all of these services offering, like Netflix has their Netflix exclusive stuff, and Hulu has pretty much everything that's on TV anyway, like the day after it airs. And with the rise of YouTube and Twitch and all these other streaming services, Crunchyroll or whatever, it seems like the people that actually watch cable TV is just it's like lemmings going over a cliff, basically. Like, it's just dying out.
I think the way you pay for TV is probably going to be the thing that changes. It's not
that's really what cable needs to do.
Yeah, I think it'll just probably change to be a little bit more a la carte.
Yeah,
just
like
buy whatever channel you want
just
instead of these fucking
here's the basic package. You get the regular channels. You get all the regular channels, whatever. Because limiting you to like 5 channels now.
I think like sports is probably the number one thing that'll keep cable TV alive. That's
to me. That's the only reason why I would even have cable.
Right. Me too.
Anywhere else, because I'm a hockey guy. I'm a Flyers fan. If there's the potential that I could be living in like North Carolina at some point, within the next year or so. Mm-hmm. I can't, yes, Comcast I'm sure provides cable down there, but I'm not going to be able to get like the Philadelphia feeds. Yeah. I'm not going to get, Jim Jackson and all them doing the commentary and things like that. And that's one of the things I love about, certain sports teams have their commentators.
Yeah, it's again, like I just think
I hate ESPN.
Yeah.
I hate NBCSN, except for when they're doing soccer, because that's the only thing they seem to be able to do well. Yeah. It's just, I don't know.
So I don't think it'll die. It'll just get repurposed, like radio did. Radio used to be the main thing, and then it got repurposed.
With more people jumping ship and all that stuff, it just forces these companies to just do better.
Yeah.
To write better shows to where you want to watch it live every week.
And in some ways, I feel like TV's better now than it's ever been, too. Yeah, like, some of the TV shows now are just like... I mean, think of how many TV shows that you just hear people talking about. Even some TV shows that I've never watched. Like, I know the big hubbub lately has been over, 13 Reasons Why?
Which is a Netflix exclusive, and it is excellent. I watched, the first 2 episodes.
When a guy around me, I was actually going to talk about that. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it hasn't really gotten around to me. I just kind of tangented us.
Yeah.
I think TV just needs to go on a purge. Right. Cable needs to get rid of all the reality TV bullshit. Get rid of the fucking Bachelor and Bachelorette and fucking American Idol and all that shit that's just taking up time from things that could be better. Because shows like Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad and Westworld and Better Call Saul and Shameless and Fargo, like, they're the things that people really want to watch. They don't want to watch fucking... I don't even know.
Well, I mean, sure, it's one thing to believe that, but also, I mean, in some ways, numbers don't lie, and the fact that those things are super fucking popular means somebody likes to watch.
But like,
also, the other thing is they're cheap. They're easy. You can make a reality television show for very little money, and you can almost assuredly, because that's how most people watch TV now, you can almost assuredly get a big payback. Yeah,
true. But I also feel like these reality shows, because let's face it, it's drama that some producer made up, put in front of us, and 90% of these shows, I feel like the Kardashians and Jersey Shore and all this other bullshit has made us dumber as a society than we were.
I'm not like
before they were on the air.
I'm not disagreeing with that, because it's just, but like,
it needs to go.
It's a business.
There needs to be a purge. I am all for the first annual TV purge.
Yeah, I mean,
all crimes against TV shows are now legal.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, it's a thing. It's a business, and so if it's like, and again, like I mentioned, like a couple minutes ago, with the writer's strike, we're probably going to reach another, quote unquote. I mean, I don't support using this term because I don't like it, but a renaissance of reality TV, because the writers are going to go away, and it's like, well, we need something to fill TV show slots. There you go.
Yeah, strike's supposed to start Tuesday.
I believe
if
so.
they don't reach a deal.
We don't reach a deal.
I think it was May 1st is when their deal went up.
Yep. So it might be Monday then. So, yep. And then and if it goes on until July, that's when shit starts to get bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been watching 13 Reasons Why. I wanted to talk about this. How far are you?
I'm 2 episodes in. I started watching it with Lauren, and she was immediately hooked. My mom has already finished it.
Mm-hmm.
She like watched 2 episodes, then watched 4, and then like finished the rest of the fucking season. It's very good. It's very intriguing. I think anyone in high school should watch it, especially of our generation and behind us.
Yeah.
Because it really says a lot about not being a douche.
Yeah. I am 10 episodes in, and to me it is a very intriguing, very good story with great themes and messages wrapped in horrible acting.
There's some pretty bad acting.
There is some line delivery and acting that is just fucking so bad. Mm-hmm. So bad. Especially in the later episodes. It's just awful. Like, this isn't a major spoiler, but they were climbing a rock, right? This big-ass fucking rock.
Yeah.
And it was so obvious this shit was faked. Because they weren't even holding on to anything. Their hands were flat. Right? So it was CG'd all to hell. And then they get to the top of the rock, and one guy throws down another rope and goes to the other guy, grabs it or whatever, and to go pull him up. The guy that's pulling him up at the top's just like barely even trying to act or whatever. And then they get up top, and all they do is scream "fuck" for like 2 minutes. I'm not kidding you. They're just like "fuck, fuck," and then he's like, "Hey, you're bleeding," and he's like, "Fuck." And I'm like, oh, this is awful acting. But the story is why you keep watching it. The story is good.
I mean, this isn't going to turn me off at all. Is it one of those, how angsty is it? Is my question.
Is it kind of angsty, but it's not overly so.
Yeah.
The story is mainly told in flashbacks.
I mean, because with me, I have no reason to complain about angst. Yeah. I watched the first 2 seasons of Teen Wolf, which...
You've watched all the seasons of Teen Wolf.
First 2 are the worst. After that is not that bad. They cut it down, but like half the stuff in the first 2 seasons are all about relationships, and it's but so I can't complain about that. But it's like also I don't mind angst. Angst can be cool if you do it well. Yeah. It's just when it's like
it's very well done. The story's very well written. It does raise a lot of valid points.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, and I think people of our generation and younger can learn a lot by watching this. Yeah, about how we act to each other.
Yeah, like the themes of like just treating people, nicely and bullying and all that stuff, and just not being a fucking idiot.
Yeah, things we've been hearing about all our lives, but it takes us until our 20s and 30s. So you're like, oh wait, maybe I should have paid attention to this.
And how much like selfish acts and things that you might not think about can actually really hurt somebody.
Well, and how much
and you don't realize it.
How much you don't even think about is actually really fucking selfish.
Yeah,
like exactly. it could just be like it's something you don't even think about. Like someone, going back to kind of like high school, like someone's boyfriend was. Someone said their boyfriend was being a dick to them. Well, was that really the case, or did something even worse happen?
Yeah. Now, with this show, though, I will say, there's a lot of things that are extremely, kind of far-fetched about it. Yeah. With high school in general. They have your stereotypes, for sure. There's your group of jocks and your preppy girls and all that stuff. And that's fine. That's fine.
That is high school.
But some of the things are just fucking absurd. I swear there's, no teachers in this school. It's ridiculous. You don't see any teachers, and just some of the things are just ridiculous. Like, they throw a party and there's literally like probably 50 people there, all drinking. The windows are open. They're hanging outside. That's ridiculous. That wouldn't happen.
That's every show of this kind. I know,
but that would not happen. And like when school's over, literally everybody went outside and threw all their papers up in the air. Like that doesn't happen. No. Like that type of stuff sometimes drives me fucking insane. Like they just leave class and go wherever the hell they want. Like little stuff like that just drives me crazy. I wish they just would have tone that down a little bit more to make it a little bit more real, because sometimes when that stuff happens,
it takes you out of it.
It takes you out of it, and you're like, "Fuck!" But this story's really good, and the themes are really good, and I think they didn't play some of that stuff right, or like, there's fucking jocks smoking weed or whatever, and they're like, "I need some weed, man," and he's like, "All right, I'll hook you up with my guy right now." It's like, my guy, he's here.
Yeah,
like that stuff's just insane to me. It's just
there's like
but it is good.
There's a lot of shows. I mean, the other show that I can think of that's like that is like Teen Wolf, which Teen Wolf does that a lot. Every time there's a fucking party, first off, everybody's attractive in that show. Like, oh my god, like everybody on Teen Wolf is, even the dudes. I'm like, damn, that guy looks nice. All the parties are exactly the way that you described. The other thing that's really funny is that first off, the one thing is that one of the creators of Teen Wolf, the main creator, he's a gay man.
Yeah.
And so in the show, this universe, it's kind of not realistic in any sense, but it's cool because it's almost utopian. It's like, hey, everybody's super cool with it. Like people, like.
But that's what I feel like we need as a society.
Yeah, like it's now. Really cool that there's all kinds of gay characters in Teen Wolf, but nobody bats an eye. Like it's like one of the most popular guys in like whatever the school, he's gay. And that's and nobody's, and it's not even like an issue. Just like, hey, he's gay. And it's like, oh, that's really cool. And there's like no such thing as like racism in the show. It's like it's really nice.
And that is something about 13 Reasons Why is like there's just kids that are just gay and they're kind of okay with that because that they're growing up with that stuff.
And like they don't
where it was acceptable.
Yeah, they don't even like cool. they made one joke about it, and that was with a character who wasn't gay because they ended up at like a gay bar.
Yeah.
He's like, his dad's the sheriff, and he goes, Dad, what are you doing here at this club? He goes, Dad, there's something I need to talk to you about. He goes, you're not gay. I could be, not dressed like that. You're not. It's like the one gay joke they threw out there. But it's like, I'm like, all right, that's fine.
Also, probably very true though.
Yeah, he was Dylan O'Brien's character, but yeah, it's just. Idealizing high school is one of the it's the one thing, like even more so than angst, that kind of I agree gets to me. With that, it's like, oh, people just get up and just do whatever they want in high school. That's not how that works.
Exactly.
Believe it or not, high school really sucks.
Like at least like take the time to like justify things.
Yeah.
Like they threw, like again, this is to bring it back. This will be the last time I mention it, just because like I feel like I talk about the show a lot, but I do like the show, even though it sucks sometimes. Like in Teen Wolf, they'd leave all the time. But then in like this most recent scene, it's like, yeah, the only reason I'm in school is because of this person. It's like, I have 34 absences. I'm like, at least they're acknowledging it, and they're making fun of the fact that they're never in class and everybody's doing things. I'm like, there you go. That's being a smart fucking TV show. But
yeah, 13 Reasons Why it is good, though. I would recommend watching it. It is a super bingey show. You definitely just want to sit there and watch It's 13.
I mean, I kind of figured, but
I think it's a little bit too long, a little bit too stretched out,
especially with certain characters that they bring up.
Yeah, but it is intriguing for sure. Yeah. It's because they do a good job of like fucking teasing you. Of like a character will mention something that happened, you'll be like, oh, well, what the hell, and then they'll eventually get to it, and then you're just piecing shit together, and it's cool.
I mean, I had kind of figured out who the trusted individual was very early on in the show that the tapes were left with, or the other copy of the tapes were left with. So it's like, okay, now I really want to know, like, because he's like, I guess I can't really call him the main character. I guess, is he the main character? Would you call him the main character? Yeah. But technically,
kind of,
he's like the secondary main character.
Yeah. They're both kind of main characters, I'd say.
Yeah, but his, like, how his best friend became wrapped up in all of this when he really didn't seem to be involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
last thing I'm gonna say about any of this is the only reason I know anything about this show is because, again, like, I follow a couple different fandoms. Jesus Christ, this is the only thing people talk about is 13 Reasons Why. Which apparently, I mean, hearing you guys talking, apparently other people, it's like, okay, like, I kind of look at, like, one, the other fandoms I'm a part of, because, like, they're, like, a super hardcore thing, so it's like, oh, they really like this? Okay, that could just be them. They like, I mean, they're into that kind of shows, and I'm not really into that. But then, like, hearing you guys, it's like, okay, maybe I'll take this.
Yeah, I mean, it's another one of those just, like, Netflix originals that you never fucking heard of, and then it's like, all of a sudden it's on Netflix, and then
apparently it's a book.
about it. Oh, is
Lauren actually read the book in middle school.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, she said, like, the book is very similar to the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a Stranger Things, or what was the other one? The OA.
The OA.
That
or what is it? A Hemlock Grove.
It's another one. Black Mirrors is another one.
Black Mirror, I can't get into.
So apparently some people really like it.
Netflix. I mean, I'll always say it.
Netflix
Just the original content alone is worth a Netflix subscription.
Netflix got the shit, man.
Well, it's because they have so much freedom.
Yeah,
they don't have to worry about ratings, and they don't have to, well, ratings in the sense of, like, TV ratings or, you know, air times, and, like, oh, we can't say these words. Yeah, we can't say these words because we're aiming for this time slot. We can say whatever the fuck we want, do whatever the fuck we want, however the fuck we want.
The only thing that bothers me with Netflix, and it's kind of goes on to the whole advertising thing, in which I only really notice it with. I've only really taken big notice of it with like the Marvel stuff, is that they don't have ads, yet they still fucking only make the episodes long enough as if they have ads. Like they don't go the full close
hour.
to an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, here's 47 minutes. It's like you don't have 13 minutes. You don't have 13 minutes of ads.
Certain shows
it depends on the show. Like Iron Fist, every episode's an hour, pretty much. 13 Reasons Why, every episode's about an hour.
About an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like 50-something minutes.
Which with Iron Fist,
so I've heard.
That's a little shitty. Yeah. I don't know. That shit's just lame. It's lame.
I'll have to watch it.
It should be. You should watch it just because you're a Marvel fan and you watch the other shows, you know. But it's just lame. This is the best way to put it. I don't know. Like almost every episode of all the other Marvel Netflix series is at least here, where I feel like Iron Fist has not even gotten there yet.
Oof.
Like, minimum, those series are here, where Iron Fist just has not even gotten there to me yet.
Ew.
It's just weird. It's really weird. It's like, it's the acting, the performances are meh. The writing's meh. Meh. I don't know. Whatever.
Not a meh.
Yeah. Also, I finished watching Bates Motel.
I heard that series ended.
It ended, yes.
How many seasons did they do with that?
5.
5? Okay, that sounds.
5 is
sounds
like
about
the magic number.
5 to 7 is like perfect.
Yeah.
Or actually, 5 or 7. Like 5 is good, 7's good, and it's like, yeah.
Which for this show, I think that's perfect. Honestly, I think 4 would have been better, actually, because when you think about the ending, I mean, the last season was by far the best. Like, it was a very good fucking season, and the ending was really, really good. But then I started thinking about, like, everything else in all the other seasons, and there's just so much, like, irrelevant shit that doesn't even matter leading up to even the final 2 seasons. Whereas, like, you probably could have cut a whole season out of this, but whatever.
That's a lot.
It was solid. The last 2 seasons were really good. But it's good. I mean, I'm glad that it got to tell its whole story.
Anymore, it sucks when TV shows get canceled. Like, which, you know, is it. Because, like, I always love giving TV shows, like, a shot. The only thing is, like, one of the things that happens a lot more now with TV shows is now with fan interaction. Mm-hmm. You get a lot more of just fan appeasement, and that can kind of ruin a show sometimes, whether or not it's people complaining about violence on The Walking Dead, or some people really want these 2 characters to end up together, and it's just like, oh,
701, episode 701 again of Walking Dead.
Yeah. Well, no, they didn't turn down the violence afterwards. Shit, it's just probably later. That's the reason.
I was saying that was one of the reasons.
That's one of the reasons. Or like, yeah, like we want these 2 characters to get together, and it's like, oh. and then they just kind of throw that in. It's like, oh, or they force it. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, that's it for me. You got anything else?
I mean, I've been playing Mass Effect.
Yeah.
I've been playing a little bit of For Honor here and there.
I need to. We should play that game together because I haven't really dived into that game too much yet.
Well, we can play the story co-op. So.
Oh fuck right.
The story's co-op?
Yeah, you can co-op the story in For Honor.
Fuck right.
Yeah, you can co-op the whole story.
Wow.
Fuck right.
Watching through. I also watched. I binged with a buddy of mine. One of the animes that's on. It's one of the Netflix exclusive ones, or not? No, it's not a Netflix exclusive. It was Gargantia on the Verdurous Planet or something like that. Weird. It was one of those weird Japanese things. It was the one I was telling you about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It went from like kind of stupid and goofy, typical anime in the beginning to like at the drop of a hat, it got real. And I mean, like, people were having like existential crises and like it, like this AI controlled mech thought basically like because of its purpose, by definition, it was God. It had like people that were worshiping it and like doing human sacrifices, and it like some of the stuff I saw like actually made me kind of legit uncomfortable.
Anime gets fucking weird anymore, man. That's why I kind of fell off with anime.
Yeah.
Like any more anime is just like.
Well, it wasn't like tentacle porn.
Well, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just mean just like in general. Like that's why one of the reasons why I never really got into like Death Note, or I kind of fell off really quickly with Full Metal Alchemist. I'm just like,
oh, but Full Metal was so good.
I was like, oh, this shit's getting really fucking weird, bro.
Full Metal was so good. If you can get through it, it was the regular Full Metal Alchemist is all right. Brotherhood, which is longer, so much better, so much darker, dude.
Okay, maybe.
Like,
It's just like I just like anymore because it's like I watch a couple of animes, like a lot of the old school ones, and then I watch, and then I'll just like, oh, okay, I'll check this out. And I'm just like I maybe I should try it again. I tried Attack on Titan for a while, and I'm just like, this is weird. This is really Japanese. And I'm just like,
you know what I really wish?
I don't know if I can handle this right now.
I really wish Netflix would put Cowboy Bebop on there.
Haha, Cowboy Bebop. Okay, I'd be alright with that.
Yeah, I would definitely be okay with watching some Cowboy Bebop.
I like Sailor Moon or just any old school one. DBZ or DB Super, since that's out.
Resurrection F would be cool if they put it on there.
They have some DBZ on there. They might. Or Dragon Ball. I know Frank watched a good bit of... I think he watched Dragon Ball. I'm like, it's like Dragon Ball's really weird. Like DBZ's cool. Dragon Ball's like super hardcore anime. I'm like, what the hell's happening?
Let's face it, any of the DBZ uniforms is kind of like hardcore anime.
DBZ is okay. Like DBZ was like the most like outreaching one, but GT's really weird. GT's also irrelevant now, and then the original Dragon Ball is weird. It's just like. Also, apparently in the Japanese dubs, they actually make noises every time they fight, just like every other anime. So it's like,
oh, started watching One Punch Man.
Oh god, I heard about that one,
dude. We were watching it with the subs on, because it's not in English yet, I guess, on Netflix, or we just didn't bother changing the language. Like, I have never been more entertained, like watching / reading an anime.
Oh yeah, like anime. Like Spirited Away. When I watched that for a class, we watched it with Japanese, but with the English subtitles because it's so much better.
But, dude, the guy. Do you want to know why he's a hero? Because he's bored. And every fight could because he can beat anything with one punch. He's just bored. Like
that sounds very anime.
You almost have to watch it. I really would recommend you at least watching it. As a fan of Dragon Ball,
maybe I'll try to get.
You would appreciate the over the topness.
It's been a long time since I've watched hardcore anime. I tried watching Naruto a while back, and I was like, I don't know if I can.
Because it even pokes fun at like all these other like anime, like how everybody like yells out the name of their technique. Well, his was like consecutive normal punches. It's just like, okay. So over the top. So stupid.
You just summed up anime right there. So over the top, so stupid. Done.
Yeah.
Seal of approval. Stick that on the back of the CD of the DVD case.
Yeah.
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray, right? Sorry.
DVDs are dead.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Anyways,
Into the actual content of this
let's
breakdown.
talk about Call of Duty.
That's some cool stuff, though.
It's that time of year where Call of Duty is announced, the brand new one. This year it's Call of Duty World War II. They're going back to World War II.
Wow.
It's a very original name that they got there.
Huh.
So
it's almost like they were influenced by something that happened a little less than a year ago. I can't put my finger on it.
But here's the
No
thing.
way.
That event took place like 30 years before.
No, I'm just making a joke. Or maybe
Just
the name,
'cause
or
of
maybe
how-
naming wise, maybe.
maybe naming wise, but actual game.
I mean, this game's
development-wise,
probably
no way.
been in development probably.
They said they've been working on this game for 3 years, so
Yeah.
So there's no way.
I'm just poking fun.
Battlefield 1 could do that, but
But how
Yeah.
have we been hearing about Battlefield 1 before it came out?
We only heard about only about actual Battlefield 1, until like only a couple months before E3, until when they announced that it was actually Battlefield 1. There was rumors, but there was nothing concrete.
yeah. So this is Sledgehammer Games. This is their second Call of Duty game. These guys were the ones that made Advanced Warfare,
Which is pretty good.
Very good. Especially that campaign was good.
That campaign's
Fun.
one of the better ones since probably Black Ops 2.
Yeah, and that whole game really made some very bold moves for Call of Duty at that time.
Yeah.
Especially movement-wise, future-wise, all kinds of stuff. So, I think this game takes that stuff even further, to be honest with you. Even though they're going back to World War II, they're making some drastic changes to this. So, you're going to be playing as Private Ronald Red Daniels of the 1st Infantry Division.
Big Red One.
Bloody Infantry, or whatever it was.
Big Red One.
Yeah. You are 19 years old, and you're basically just given a rifle, and you have to basically learn. And this game's not going to hop between the European theater and the Japanese and
Pacific Theater.
all
and
kinds
Africa.
of stuff. You're not going to be hop. It's just European. It's going to be Normandy and all that stuff, which is good because I think, especially if you are a 19-year-old that's just like about to realize how awful war is.
Yeah.
Like that, seeing him evolve in an awful way. I would think about it, could be a very fucking interesting story.
Just kind of going off of like things that like Call of Duty's done with like the hallucinations and stuff before. It would be really interesting if like Normandy is like his first combat experience.
I mean,
like,
for a lot of people it was.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be
and
that
like
far.
that experience, like as it, I'm sure it did with a lot of people. That experience really like scars and sticks with him, and kind of like like Ghosts of Normandy or whatever you want to call him, like just pursue him throughout the campaign.
Yeah,
that would be really interesting.
Yeah. So you'll be playing from D-Day on, beginning with landing on the Omaha beach. You move across France toward the liberation of Paris.
Yeah.
And finally into Germany. So, be pretty cool. So that's a single player campaign. There's a completely separate co-op campaign that they haven't talked about yet. I don't know how many players it is, but they're making a standalone, specific experience designed for co-op.
That's
And it
cool.
is
I
a
like
campaign.
that. I like that idea.
Are they? There's also zombies.
Zombies
They
is coming
confirmed
back.
Zombies and
then, of course, multiplayer, which the multiplayer, there's some interesting stuff, too. So there's going to be divisions, which is almost like the class systems that have been in the last 2 Call of Duty games. So you'll have armor, infantry, airborne, and other ones. They're bringing back war mode.
That's cool. I mean, that kind of makes
They're changing
sense.
it a little bit. So it'll be one side tries to take the beaches of Normandy, the other side defends it.
Ooh.
Wow, that could be. I mean, I'm sure. I
That's
really hope
which-
they add more like maps and things to it. But like,
But like that. That's like the
the
base
D,
concept.
like
That's
the
really
D-Day invasion is like the ultimate attack and defend
scenario.
I wonder if they'll add more players. Call of Duty's always been 12.
I saw the little teaser thing that they showed up, which was just like a 10-second thing, and it looked like there was just a lot of people all fighting, and it was all like close range, like almost looked like hand to hand.
Yeah, so we'll see on that. There's going to be the idea of, they're called headquarters, which are new social spaces, almost like the Tower of Destiny, except apparently there's way more than 12 people, or however many is in the Tower in Destiny. But these are going to be places where you can interact and customize stuff,
hook up
and
with your friends
stuff,
before going in.
Yeah,
wow.
So that could be very cool.
Sledgehammer is slowly becoming my favorite developer.
I know, and so that's just some high level stuff. There's two things. One of them I think is so fucking mind blowing for Call of Duty. They're getting rid of the regenerating health system.
Ooh,
Going back to health.
There's medics on the battlefield. You have to go find your medic and have them heal you.
Or hope you have a medic left alive.
Yeah, so they're completely getting rid of that. That has been in Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2 in 2005.
But you know what? Like, that could make things really interesting if they would add in, like, almost like a Warzone sort of game mode. Where, like, once you're dead, you're out. You're out for the round or whatever, you know.
This kind of stuff. Well, you said there were two things. What was the other thing?
The other thing I was going to say is, I've heard from other people in previews and stuff that ammo in this game is a lot more scarce than it's ever been in Call of Duty.
That's cool.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
So you have to think about things a little bit more. You have to stay in cover a little bit more, and just be a little bit more strategic about not only your shots, but when you move and all kinds of stuff. That's a fucking cool to me.
This is the kind of stuff that, like, we always joke. We're like, yeah, we want this, but then we're like, it's never going to happen. This is the kind of stuff because, in all honesty, the one thing that bothers me the most about Call of Duty has always been, which is fine. I mean, all Call of Duties play relatively the same, but in some way of how literally similar, how extremely similar the last 3 years have been.
Yes.
I mean, Advanced Warfare was a little bit different because they did their own movement system, but then Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare have been very Titanfall-esque in movement, but it's all very similar. And now, like, it looks like, at the very least, Sledgehammer Games is doing their own thing, which is cool.
Yeah.
And I almost wish that in a lot of ways, even in terms of setting, like, what if each studio did something different? Like, Sledgehammer Games kind of delves in this, like, almost historical kind of thing, and they do World War II, and then maybe they end up doing, like, Vietnam if they ever go back
Korea,
and do this,
or,
and a bunch of different wars, and then maybe Infinity Wars sticks with the futuristic stuff, and then Treyarch does the more modern stuff, and it's just like make three actual different things, because it's like that would make playing Call of Duty year after year worth it. Because I mean, I haven't played a whole lot of Infinite Warfare after launch. Like, I played it for a while, but then it's just like, because it's like I've experienced this already. Now at least there'll be a different experience each time.
That's what kind of makes me sad about Infinite Warfare, though, is we probably will never get a sequel to that game. To be honest with you, that campaign was great. Those characters were great. The design of it, the world they created, fucking cool to me. We'll never get a sequel to that probably because people just hated it way more than I think it deserved, and then also it didn't meet the expectations that Activision has, even though it was still the best-selling game of the year. It's just, but I agree with you. That's what I think would be cool about Call of Duty. Not these similar experiences, just like you have a historical one, you have a future one, you have a modern day one or something. Just fucking bounce all over the place, but keep them way distinct from each other. Because then it's like, I only care about the historical Call of Duties or whatever. It's like, okay, well then you're just playing one every 3 years. It's going to feel super fresh to you every time.
It also like it extends the life of some of these games because then like I could see maybe then actually playing a Call of Duty game longer than a year, which is like kind of like the life cycle. I could see like I could also see maybe people the exact opposite, people not having favorites anymore. Like, that's, like, the thing. It's just, like, if all the games are so similar, like, I know for a long time, I've just been like, oh, yeah, like, I like Treyarch. So it's like, I mean, I'll get the Infinity Ward Call of Duties, but, like, Treyarch's my thing. I'm probably going to play a lot more of the Treyarch Call of Duties. Now it's like, oh, these are actually different. Now it's like, okay, now there's more reason to play each one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm also going to say I don't own Infinite Warfare. I don't. I never bought it. I thought it was stupid that they're going to make you pay $80 for a game that 99% of people that were buying Infinite Warfare probably already fucking had.
Yeah. It was a shit business move for sure.
And you couldn't just buy like the Modern Warfare Remastered, which is probably the only reason.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be kind, but I'm also going to be generous here. 75% of the people that bought Infinite Warfare only bought it for MW2 Remastered.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
And then they want to try to sell you $15 DLC on top of it.
Yeah.
That's the bullshit part. Where it's like, dude, this thing cost $10 back in the day, and a remastered usually has all the content in it. When you remaster, it's like, God. And then they put microtransactions in it. It's gross.
Plus,
maybe if they made this Modern Warfare Remastered almost like a platform for the thing, but it's like it's one of those things where it's like I don't expect it. You know what I mean? Like it's just like here, like boom, now you can get the other Modern Warfares, but it's like it's not gonna happen. So yeah, the one thing which is we kind of glossed over this. Probably the one thing I'm most excited for is because World of War is actually like one of my favorite Call of Duty campaigns because it's so dark and gritty. But one of the things about it is it seems so. Also because you're playing, I think you play like 3 different characters through it. There's the 2 main ones, and you play as another character. It's so impersonal because that's how Call of Duty was back then. It was more about the setting and the other characters around you, not about you.
Yeah.
Now, you know, that Call of Duty has definitely been about more of a personal story. So that's going to be exceptionally cool. Again, with them talking about you're playing as this 19-year-old guy who's going to go through and he's going to fight all his way to Germany. Like that's going to be so much more cool to me.
This would be my first World War II Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
Because I was a Medal of Honor person.
Yeah. This is the most excited I've been for a Call of Duty game since probably Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I've looked forward to Black Ops 3 and, you know...
I'd say maybe like
all that stuff.
The latest would be Black Ops 2 because I think it kind of like, oh yeah, Black Ops 2 is going to be cool.
Yeah, but like I'm seriously excited for this game. I think there's a lot of potential here, and I like that Sledgehammer just continues to make bold decisions with Call of Duty because they need that kind of developer.
Yeah, with
this franchise, they absolutely do. So, November 3rd.
Fuck right. Again, it's the first time in like, as you just said, forever that I'm actually like put up a date. I might actually maybe pre-order this because it's like this could be cool.
They're doing a beta.
They're doing a beta. Okay, cool. Hopefully this is again like the first Call of Duty in a long time where it's like a month later. There's not like any kind of thought of like today. You know, was this worth it in the long run? Because I feel I almost feel that way at some point eventually with like every Call of Duty. Because like I play it and I have fun initially, and then after a while it's just like, you know, we don't play it.
But you also realize 9 months down the road after you kind of finish your playing of this Call of Duty, 9 months later you're gonna have another Call of Duty.
Yeah, I just hope that like again that maybe that's one thing that honestly I just want with Call of Duty is for them to just take, which they did do a bit with Infinite Warfare, is just take the story a bit more seriously.
Yeah.
Like make that an actual like justifiably important part of the experience, not just the multiplayer. Because I know 90% of people play it for the multiplayer, but change people's opinions. Make a really good story, and then you'll attract more of an audience.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, but with a from concept sounding single player and co-op campaign stuff, there's a lot of potential here. For sure.
No, I think my one thing against Call of Duty is the fact that they don't really give you a whole lot of time with the game. Like, the last Call of Duty I bought was Black Ops 3. How many people do you think are actually still playing Black Ops 3?
Probably some.
I'd probably say a decent amount.
A decent amount, yes, but like, how much of the hardcore Call of Duty fan base is still playing Black
I
Ops
don't know,
3,
because
right?
most of those people didn't like Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, so it's like.
But
maybe
they're
we
probably
should
all
play
playing
Black
like
Ops.
MW2.
It'd probably end up in a similar situation to what happened with like a lot of people weren't happy that World at War was happening, so a lot of people stayed in Modern Warfare. There was also a large group of people. I was one of them, where when Modern Warfare 2 started to not be, started to not look as appealing, we went back to World at War. We were playing I remember for the last couple months of Modern Warfare 2, it was like me, Reggie, and a bunch of people. We just played World at War all the time, and it's just like. It could be that kind of thing. Usually, Call of Duty, the previous Call of Duty, doesn't die immediately. Yeah. Because, people stick around for that.
Well, at least, because I'm not particularly good at Call of Duty, let's be honest. I am fucking awful at Call of Duty.
It's okay. I feel you, man.
But, because of that, because you guys are usually playing, Infinite Warfare or MW2 Remastered, me playing Black Ops 3 is just fucking painful and frustrating for me, because one, I suck, so I'm getting my ass kicked, so I'm not having I'm having that issue already. I'm not having fun because it's just me. I don't have any of my homies just to fucking take my mind off the fact that I'm getting wrecked by foul-mouthed 12-year-olds. It's just not fun.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm excited to see more of this game. Shizzle. E3
Main
is when they said that we'll see more. They're going to at least talk about the multiplayer in E3, which is interesting. Because they usually save that for September. Gamescom or something like that. But
yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, let's talk about Nintendo. Some interesting stuff about Nintendo. The Nintendo Switch selling really well.
Of course, because people can't get their hands on it.
Yeah, because people can't get their hands on it, so they buy it as soon as it's available.
Worldwide, the Switch has sold 2.74 million units, which I think is, for this system, extremely, extremely respectable.
No, absolutely.
Because of the uphill climb they had after the Wii U, holy
that is
hell.
Absolutely a respectable number. Now, as long as they continue to promote and push it, that's what they need to do.
It seems like, with that Direct that they just had, they rounded off 50,000 fucking games that are coming to the thing. And there's also a lot of it, people still are excited to play Zelda.
Yeah, it's like,
and Mario Kart's coming out now, and they showed off a bunch of Splatoon that people are really excited for. And
they're doing the smart thing of being
cool.
They're not letting all their eggs out all at the same
time.
and
they're advertising it, so there's a lot of excitement around this.
Maybe they decided to listen to Nintendo of America and take a more Western approach with how they're doing this.
But Breath of the Wild has sold 2.76 million copies.
It has sold more copies than
the
consoles itself.
At 1.08 million on the Wii U, so that's nearly at 4 million sold, which makes it one of the best-selling Zelda games for sure. Which I imagine this game is going to be a game for Nintendo that'll just keep on selling, because probably almost everybody that's going to buy a Switch is going to get Zelda.
Oh yeah,
that has the highest attach rate of all time.
If I get a Switch, I'm going to get it, and I'm going to play Zelda. It'll probably be the first game I get for it.
It's funny that this is one of the few times where the software has an attachment rate greater than 100%. Yeah. People have Breath of the Wild
and not
on the Switch that don't have a Switch and probably don't plan on even getting a Switch for a few months yet.
Yeah.
Well, the 2.74 is actually shipped, but even still, that's pretty damn good, because it's hard to find these fucking things.
Yeah.
So they're obviously selling most of them. Yeah, basically that's, and a few other things, going to lead Nintendo to a 403.8 million profit.
There we go.
Which is good.
It's weird. It's weird to hear Nintendo and the word profit
in the same without the word losing.
Yeah. And so the Switch has sold close to 3 million units, which is
respectable.
The Wii U has sold 13.56 since it's launched. So, I think it's hopefully, pretty safe to say that this thing's definitely going to outsell the Wii U.
Hopefully, good God.
I really hope it does, and as much as I'd hate to see it go, it seems like with the Switch and the success that I really hope it has, and the idea of blending handheld and console gaming, that the 3DS is probably, or any sort of like Nintendo handheld besides the Switch, is probably not long for this world.
I don't know, because this story here, which I was going to bring up, Nintendo said they're going to continue to support the 3DS into 2018.
Into 2018.
In terms of, they're, even this year, even at E3 and stuff, going to announce new games coming to the 3DS next year.
It'll.
So
I don't see anything really happening straight handheld wise for Nintendo by like 2021.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see on that, but the 3DS, it makes sense because
it's still super successful.
It still sells well. It's still, I mean, it had one of its best years last year, and they basically said it's a great place for us to sell a lot of games still. So we're going to keep making games for it because people buy a lot of games for it, and we make more money. I mean, it's money. Like, I think they're going to announce Pokemon Stars at E3.
Absolutely, they have to.
But it needs to be on the 3DS and the Switch.
Yeah,
you need to put it on both because I feel.
Give people the choice. That way you can at least somewhat entice people to buy a Switch.
Something Nintendo has always done.
Yeah, and maybe with the Switch version you say there's better graphics and you can play on your TV or you can take it on the go. You can do whatever you want. And that's maybe way more appealing to people. But the 3DS, if you don't put it on 3DS, you're leaving millions of dollars on the fucking table.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like 10 million copies that you could have sold probably.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
So,
I guess what I was saying was like, if the Switch works in the long run, and once all is said and done and the shine has worn off and all that, is something like the Switch a viable direction for Nintendo to take?
Probably.
In terms of like the handheld, mobile, whatever you want to call it, market.
Yeah.
Could that be the death of like the Game Boy, quote unquote?
But it's good to see Nintendo doing well. And I very excited for their E3 though. I hope they just fucking start socking people in the mouth.
Announcing things.
Yeah.
Dude, they've always done like... I would love to go just look at the booths at E3. Yeah. Nintendo's booth last year was hella impressive.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll probably be impressive this year too. They got Mario. They're going to go all out with Mario probably.
Will it look
so excited to see that.
Will it look like New Donk City? Because
it better be New Donk City.
Didn't the treehouse like look like something out of Breath of the Wild or something last year?
Yeah, like they themed their whole booth
around Zelda,
their whole area. I mean, that was
so. I mean, I bet their whole area is gonna look like New Donk City.
I hope so. I want to go to New Donk City.
Could Donkey Kong be involved in the new Mario?
He's the mayor of New Donk City.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's the one that steals Princess Peach this time, going old school, way back.
Yeah.
I could go for.
Is he gonna throw barrels?
Kong.
What? Is he gonna throw barrels?
Hopefully.
And ask how high you can get?
Hopefully.
Anyways, let's talk about movies a little bit. A few things. Movies. Disney announced release dates for some movies. Star Wars Episode 9, May 24th, 2019. Interesting.
No.
I'm fine with it.
No, I'm okay with it. Like, I mean,
it's probably only because of the thing with Carrie Fisher that they had to push this back.
Push it back? No, I mean, they're if anything, they would.
This got pushed up.
I mean, they never had an official date, but like I mean, just because the last two, I think it was just assumed that this one was going to come out. Honestly, I feel like this one would have been actually. It might have gotten pushed back because what? I feel like maybe this would have been because originally.
Well, I mean, Episode 8 got pushed back.
Episode 8 was supposed to be May of this year, so maybe.
So maybe as a result,
was supposed to be December of next
year, and as a result of
I wouldn't say because of Carrie Fisher. I mean, because I don't.
No, I was gonna say as a result of the last Jedi getting pushed
pushed
back, that probably got pushed back in production as well.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I like Star Wars in December, man. It just feels nice. It's a nice way to end the year because it feels like a nice Christmas present.
But for the last movie of the direct saga, to me, it makes sense to end in May.
yeah,
And it don't even care what day of the week it is. End it on May the 4th. Doesn't matter what day. It could be a.
No, May 23rd. Nah. May 23rd, 1977.
Nah, May the 4th.
yeah. But I mean, the other thing is that there's supposedly an Avengers 4 in May of 2019. So then you're kind of competing with yourself there if you're Disney. Or you just say fuck it and you literally own the box office for
the month of May.
You know what? And if you're Disney, why the fuck not?
I mean, you own it all the time. Anyway,
You already own the fucking box office, especially because everything Disney touches is gold.
Yeah. Frozen 2, November 27th, 2019.
Alright, I forgot that's actually. It's actually gonna happen.
Yeah.
They ain't mentioned nothing about that forever.
I still say Tangled is better than Frozen.
I mean, I wouldn't disagree with you.
Also, apparently Moana is better than Frozen.
I haven't seen that one yet.
The Rock's in it.
He sings.
Yeah.
It's a weird thought. The Rock singing. I mean, I know he can sing in some ways, but no. He also looks like The Rock in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a big dude.
Yeah. Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2, November 21st, 2018.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing a sequel to Wreck-It Ralph. I guess that makes sense. The movie was super popular.
Yeah.
The Lion King, live action, July 19th, 2019.
Still don't know how they're pulling that one off.
Donald Glover, James Earl Jones.
I forget the other guy, but they have apparently Seth Rogen's gonna play Pumbaa. And I see
That is
and I'm like,
wonderful.
And I'm like, that is one of the best casting ideas I've heard.
All right. If
it's Ed something, I forget the guy's name. Look it up.
I was gonna say if he's Pumbaa, who would be like the ideal Timon?
Give me 2 seconds. I'll tell you who. At least the rumor was that they were casting.
Yeah. Gigantic, a new animated film based on the Jack and the Beanstalk fable, November 25th, 2020. A Wrinkle in Time, based on the popular novel, March 9th, 2018. Huh. So there you go on those, and then I don't know why that one isn't.
I like time travel.
Billy Eichner
Is
Timon.
Okay.
Well, I assume that he's Timon and Seth Rogen's Pumbaa. Because Seth Rogen, like just knowing how his voice sounds, I'm like, that's
gotta
Pumbaa. That's Pumbaa.
Who would be Rafiki? Who's the crazy monkey?
Clint Eastwood. I'm joking. No. Even though that
No.
who did him original? I don't know.
I forget who did the original Rafiki.
But I somebody threw out the idea once of Anna Kendrick as Nala.
Anna Kendrick could be a good Nala.
Even though I did also hear the rumor that, at least for the singing part, they're going to use Beyonce. And I'm like, I don't know.
Even Beyonce could be a good Nala as well.
Possibly.
Especially if they're using Donald Glover?
Yeah, they're using Donald.
As Simba?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Beyonce would be a perfect Nala.
Robert.
De Niro.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. Guilherme? I don't know.
Guacamole.
Yeah, good. Robert Guacamole did Rafiki.
Okay.
Rikishi?
Yeah, Rikishi. Forgot that Rowan Atkinson was in.
Yeah, he was
Zazu.
Zazu.
And then Matthew Broderick and Jonathan Taylor Thomas was Simba.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick was the older
Adult,
Simba.
and then because Jonathan Taylor Thomas was like 10.
Yeah.
When the movie first came out. There's a surprisingly strong, star-studded cast in all Disney movies, all the time.
Yeah. That's because it's Disney, and people are gonna make bank off it. Why do you think Johnny Depp's still doing Pirates of the Caribbean?
Well, I mean, there's not much else he can do. People don't like him too much no more.
No. The final one is Indiana Jones 5. Got pushed to July 10th, 2020.
That movie doesn't need to exist. I'm sorry.
No.
The fourth one doesn't need to exist.
Fourth one makes me sad. Makes
No,
me
the fourth
sad.
one's okay for like the first half of the movie.
And then it gets all weird with
And then it got
shit.
real weird with aliens and shit, yeah.
And John Hurt got dragged into that shit. God damn it. He played Ollivander and a bunch of other great roles, but that's just what I know him mostly from. Like, God. And then you did that. You got to play as a crazy guy who just draws things in the air. Like, fuck. It's okay. It's okay. It's a magnet. It's not gonna fucking explain why the fucking thing's a magnet.
It's just a magnet.
It's just a magnet. And don't worry, it's only going to work as a magnet sometimes when the plot helps, when it makes sense to the plot.
Yeah.
Because magnetism is a property that can be turned off.
Fucking. Oh, it makes me think of that South Park episode where, well, you know the one I'm talking about,
Yes.
right? Where it just
Yeah.
it has George Lucas and Steven Spielberg just they're raping Indiana Jones a bunch in the movie. It's just like, good God.
Yeah,
PTSD, so.
There's X-Men stuff too.
Yeah. Oh crap! I had that pulled up. Why did I put that away? So they've announced that next year there's going to be 3 X-Men movies. Oh, cool! It's still up on my phone. Awesome.
3 like next year in and of itself, or 3?
Yep, 3 next year. As in, these are all 3 are happening next year. So, I think it's them thumbing their nose at Marvel, saying like, "Oh yeah, you're putting out 3 movies this year." And like you're putting out 3 movies at 17. We're just gonna put out 1 really good one at 17. Oh, you can put out 3 movies. We're gonna put out 3 movies. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
just kind of them doing that. So, New Mutants is gonna be April 13th, 2018. Deadpool 2, which has Josh Brolin as Cable, is June 1st, 2018. And then Dark Phoenix, I'm assuming X-Men Dark Phoenix, or I don't know if it's just called Dark Phoenix, is November 2nd, 2018. So
Still no X-Force in there.
the X-Force isn't going to be for a little while. Probably not till 2020 at the earliest. So some of the people who are confirmed for New Mutants, because that's the only one that's like different, is Maisie Williams.
Ooh.
Has apparently been offered a role.
Who would she play?
Probably Wolfsbane. Out of any character, I would see her as Wolfsbane. Probably. I mean, it also just makes sense. Anya Taylor-Joy, who is in Split, and Morgan and The Witch. She's apparently offered a role. And Nat Wolff from The Fault in Our Stars has apparently been offered a role. And Josh Boone, the director, has basically stated, like, here's a bunch of people who might be in the movie. And so it's cool because this is like the junior X-Men team. These are like the people who aren't good enough to be X-Men, but it's like, it's okay, we can do this.
They're still in the school.
Yeah, they're still learning shit like that. So it's like Wolfsbane, Cannonball. What's that? Cannonball?
What is Wolfsbane's power?
Guys, you turn into a wolf.
Oh,
That's about it. Look, there's fucking Dazzler, who just turns sound into lights.
So it's... Do you remember that movie Sky High?
Yes.
This is like...
Yes.
That.
It is that.
It's like...
The sidekicks all becoming superheroes.
Yeah,
what it
basically.
Is. Yeah, Sunspot was, he was in Days of Future Past.
Sunspot actually had a cool power, though.
Yeah, he just embodies the power of the sun, and then a couple other people like that. So that could be cool.
Or no, I was thinking Bishop.
And then they're also Gifted is officially in production. Oh, yeah. That other TV show they're doing, and they're doing Legion season 2.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch Legion. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Heard a lot of good things. It has the only other thing that I remember is that it has Dan Stevens in it. Mm-hmm. Who is from Downton Abbey, and he plays Beast, Beauty and the Beast. I was like, oh, I didn't know he was in that. Yeah. And he has an American accent, I think. So
I hope that comes to Netflix.
I also, like I said, I've known comparatively nothing about the X-Men universe. Yeah. If I'm correct, Legion is Xavier's son.
Yeah, if that's the way the TV show goes, I mean. There could be any number of things for why it's called Legion. But yes, there's a character named Legion who I do believe is Xavier's son. Because he has multiple personalities. And then he also is like, he's all powerful. He's like all powerful in a lot of ways.
Isn't he like a mimic sort
Kind of. He's got all kinds of fucking powers. He's kind of like almost too powerful.
Depends on the personality, I guess.
He seriously has like thousands of them. And so you just run into a bunch of them. And
I am Legion, for we are many.
Yeah. And then Yeah, so hopefully that can be cool. I hope 20th Century Fox, even though it's not going to be the exact same, I hope they don't fall into the same pattern as like DC, where they're just trying to play catch up. You know what I mean? Like, here we're gonna build a huge universe. We're gonna
build a big X-Men universe.
We're gonna force out a bunch of movies. Even though I think all of these have potential, like New Mutants could potentially be cool. Deadpool 2, people want that, and Dark Phoenix is like, I think that's the last one that they're doing with this cast, which would make sense. Yeah. Hopefully they give the younger cast more of a role, because that was my one problem. That's one of my main issues that I have with like X-Men Apocalypse, is that like, despite like all of like Xavier, Mystique, and like Magneto's storylines basically getting tied up rather nicely in X-Men Days of Future Past, they're still the main focus of X-Men Apocalypse. And you have characters, you have Sophie Turner playing Jean Grey, which admittedly her performance in the movie isn't the best. No. But maybe you give her more screen time, she could grow on you. And like the other characters, like you don't spend enough time with literally just about anybody else.
Well, if she's playing Jean Grey for at least these 3 movies, we're going to be seeing a lot more of Sophie Turner as Jean Grey.
But just give her, you don't need to focus on Xavier. No. You don't need James McAvoy. You've done his story. He's good. You've done that. Just have him be like Patrick Stewart in most of the other X-Men movies. Have him be more of a background character.
As long as they don't make the end of the Phoenix storyline as bullshit as the end of
Marcus Phoenix.
Of X3.
Yeah. They fuck. Well, there's a lot of things that fucked X-Men The Last Stand. There's just a lot of things. Juggernaut
made that movie. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Fucking. There's a lot of problems with that movie. A lot of things I don't like about X-Men The Last Stand.
Even X2 was slightly questionable in places.
But at least like there wasn't huge plot holes. Like, hey, we're gonna get in line to get a cure for our mutant genes. There's people outside with guns that can just
mow us all down.
No, guns that their ammunition has the cure for the X gene that they could just shoot us with, and then it's just done, and we're good. We don't have to stand in this fucking line. We're gonna go inside and fucking like weird shit like that. Here, we're gonna take some actually cool characters, and they're gonna like exist for like 10 minutes, and they're gonna show up, and then that's it. It's just like,
yeah.
Don't watch that one. I know you haven't watched it. Just don't.
I don't just plan on it. All right, let's talk about some music.
Wrap it up.
Oops.
A few things.
How do I write time?
Vanna. That's a hardcore band. They're breaking up. They have a farewell tour.
Vanna White?
Yeah. So there you go. Vanna, they were around for a little while. They were okay. Let Live is another band. They're calling it quits.
Are they letting die?
Live and Let Die?
Yeah.
Haha.
But they're breaking up as well. I think Sam listens to it.
I don't feel like they've been around all that long, have they?
No, they put out a few albums. They've been around for a few years, but not an extremely long time. Ozzy Osbourne and Zakk Wylde are reuniting for a new Ozzy album and a tour this year. Well, the album's next year.
Money solves a lot of problems.
I asked this question earlier. I don't think anybody asked me. When was the last time Black Label Society was relevant?
They put out an album. I want to say it was last year or 2 years ago. Okay. But I didn't really like it. See, you don't hear much about them anymore.
Yeah.
Darkest Hour and Havoc are touring in a band called Jesus Peace.
That's an interesting tour a little bit.
Yeah. Warbringer and Dark Tranquility are touring.
That's another interesting one.
Epica, Lacuna Coil, and Somnium are touring.
That could be a cool show.
It's not coming anywhere. It's too cool. It's not coming anywhere right here.
It's too cool to come anywhere.
That sounds like an incredible show. Oh, I need to go to that.
Yeah.
Not
some weird.
That might even be like the best. Well, maybe besides OVT, that might be like one of the best sounding lineups for seeing Epica. Epica is going to slowly become one of my most viewed bands live.
Except for Acrosis was okay, but
when we saw OVT with them.
No, the last time we went, it was
Arcona.
That's what it was.
Cool.
Arcona.
And Flesh God Pod.
I was not a fan of Flesh God.
Flesh God's an acquired taste, and even then, it still tastes a little sour.
I want to go to this show just to see Insomnium.
Yeah,
but everybody else is a bonus.
Yeah,
to me.
Insomnium would be cool.
I fucking love Insomnium, and I've unfortunately missed them the past 2 times that they've been around, and I absolutely will.
Do they have dates yet or no?
September 27th is when they're around us. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to hit that one up for shizzle. There's a lot of new albums here that I want to rattle off. I mean, a lot. Holy fuck! There's a lot to talk.
Well, like you have to scroll, you have to use your finger to scroll to catch them all a lot, or
yeah.
Sure.
Let's see here. Where to start?
At the top.
Yeah. At the beginning.
You know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna go over a lot of big albums coming out from now until like June. 'Cause why not?
Fuck it. We'll do a lot.
Motionless in White with Graveyard Shift, May 5th. God Dethroned, A World Ablaze, May 5th. Very excited for that one. That band's great. Slaughter to Prevail with Misery Sermon, May 5th. They're a deathcore band. They're not great. Danzig with Black Laden Death, May 12th. They put out a new song that I wanted to fucking rip my ears off listening to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Danzig, he sounds fucking awful, man. I'm sorry. I don't care if he's an old school guy, he's a legend or not. He sounds fucking terrible in that song to me.
So also not great.
Yeah. Cobra and the Lotus with Prevail I, May 12th, which they're pretty cool. They're a female-fronted metal band.
How many like bands have albums or have the word prevail and then
Yeah.
I prevail, it prevails, prevail I. Jesus.
Yeah. Seether, Poison to Perish, May 12th. Scale of Summit in a World of Fear, May 19th. Excited for that one. Dragon Force, Reaching into Infinity, May 19th.
You think we're gonna have another bad cover on this album?
I don't know.
I hope. I'm gonna cross my fingers, man.
Oceano with Revelations, May 19th. They put out 2 new songs already, and yeah. Ailstorm, No Grave But the Sea, May 26th. Their new song, which Keith reviews, very good. I like it.
Hopefully,
I'll have to listen to
I
it.
don't think it's the best thing they've ever done, but it's pretty good.
Definitely not.
I wonder if they're gonna put out that Mexico song. I hope they do.
Yeah, probably.
I know they filmed a music video for it, or at least they filmed a music video for a song, and they're dressed up and like fucking like they're down in Mexico. So it's like, oh, well,
yeah.
Well, I wonder what song this could be for.
Yeah. In Heart's Wake is going to release Arc May 26th. They're a metalcore band. Wonder if they will find the key to all the halos there. Unleash the Archers. New album Apex, June 2nd.
Ooh.
Excited for that one. Miss May I, Shadows Inside, June 2nd.
Less excited.
This band pisses me off, man. They have so much potential and they just don't ever reach it. Rise Against, Wolves, June 9th.
That should be a good one.
Interested.
Yeah, the new song's pretty cool. Volumes, Different Animals, June 9th. Their new
Feels
songs
good.
fucking suck.
Feels good.
Feels Good is a fun song to listen to, but the rest are fucking terrible. Yeah. Suffocation of the Dark Light, June 9th. Fuck it.
Don't give a fuck if they
Cut my arm bleeding.
Yeah. Tankard, One Foot in the Grave, June 9th.
Yeah, Tankard.
Iced Earth, Incorruptible, June 16th. Excited for that one. They
Iced
just
Earth.
put out a new song.
Oh, welcome to Iced Earth.
Carrick Angren, Dance and Laugh Among the Rotten, June 16th. They're like a black metal band with a lot of like gothic influence and stuff. They're pretty fucking cool. Royal Blood, How Did We Get So Dark, June 16th.
So the album title, Lights Out, is the single.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Dying Fetus, Wrong One to Fuck With, June 23rd.
Was it? Were they Wu-Tang Clan for that album?
I don't know.
Okay,
Dude.
Is it with? I'm assuming it's with.
With, yeah.
God damn it! They should have dropped the H. Wrong one to fuck with.
Yeah. They put out a new song that is really good. I'm excited for this album. Municipal Waste, Slime and Punishment, June 23rd. Excited for that one too. The Casey Strain, Grave Bloom, June 30th.
Less excited.
Stone Sour, Hydrograd, June 30th. Decapitated Anti-Cult, July 7th. That's a lot of albums over the next 2 months.
There's a lot of albums.
I'm excited. There's a lot of hopefully very cool shit in here. So yeah, there you go. Rapid fire of new shit that'll be in your fucking ear holes. But there's stuff in your ear holes that you can listen to.
So what new ear hole filler do we have this week?
Let's do this. I'm gonna skip that band. Arion with The Source.
Arion. Progressive.
Power.
Yes.
Damn.
This guy is very good. Very talented. He gets a lot of other musicians to help him out and fill in on vocals and stuff. Paul Gilbert, James LeBray, Tommy Rogers. Between the Buried and Me, Simone Simmons is on this one. Floor Jansen from Nightwish is on this one.
I guess it gets the entirety of the website 4chan on the song.
It's progressive, and they put out a lot of music every single time. It's really good. Between the Buried and Me, Coma Ecliptic Live.
Also progressive, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I thought.
The live album. Dimmu Borgir, Forces of the Northern Light.
Doom.
Folk.
Symphonic Black Metal.
Symphonic
this is a
Black.
live album.
Dimmu Borgir. Yeah.
Fate's Warning, Awaken the Guardian live.
Power?
Yeah. Power metal, progressive, kind of at the same time. He is Legend with Few.
Hardcore.
Deathcore.
Alternative rock / stoner. There you go. Ides of Gemini with Women.
Heavy metal.
Stoner.
Slavic. Whatever that is.
So probably like
Shoegaze.
kind of gothic black.
The description
Kushida.
here, one of my favorite kind of shoegaze, kind of doom metal collectives has returned with a more haunting, soaring, slow jams. Fans of King Woman, True Widow, and the likes should get on this one. So there you go. Life of Agony, a place where there is no more pain.
Black metal. Sounds black metal-esque.
Death.
Alternative.
Fuck.
We're not doing good this week, Keith.
I did alright in the beginning because I knew those bands.
All That Remains with Madness.
Pussy rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Doesn't even matter what it actually is. I win.
Galley Beggar with Heathen Hymns. Yes.
I was just like black folk. It sounds like
Mind Maze with Resolve.
Mind Maze.
I don't know what to classify them. Heavy metal?
Alternative.
This is power metal, which you can go with that. Very cool that this is on. This is on Metal Injection, which they're a very large metal website. So it's very cool that they're recognized on that. Pyra Maze with Contingent. We have a Mind Maze and then a Pyra Maze.
Black.
Power metal.
Fuck.
Sarcasm with Within the Sphere of Ethereal Minds.
Hard rock?
No, progressive.
Death metal. Last one.
Sarcasm. That's okay, fine.
Vamps with Underworld.
Vapes?
Vamps. Should be Vamps.
Hardcore.
Hard rock.
Fuck.
Band sucks.
I was halfway there.
Yeah, that's it. There's a lot of shit on the channel that you can check out.
A lot of new shit.
Yeah.
A lot of old shit too. A lot
Dude,
of backlog
a lot of
shit.
You
shit
should
in
watch
general.
all. I don't know how many videos. Just watch every one.
There's
From the
watch them
beginning.
all.
We're close to 1,000.
Getting there.
Getting there.
Some will probably disappoint you.
But it's okay.
All of them will disappoint you,
Yeah.
actually.
But it's okay.
It's what we do.
Yes. Bah!
We cannot fail to disappoint.